everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you are all gloriously and exceptionally well. So today is Sunday morning and of course it is baking time. So today I'm using my brand new book that I got from the garden centre, which is currently on the little book stand behind me, which I'll show you in a minute. And we are making ciabatta bread, or ciabatta, I don't know how to pronounce it. But I think it's ciabatta, and I'm going to be making that today for me and James for a gorgeous lunch filled with chicken, sauce and also halloumi with some side salad in it as well. So make sure you grab yourself a beverage of your choice, which mine is currently just sitting over here, which is my gorgeous green herbal tea in my favourite mug. And make sure you press the like button, hit the subscribe button and also the notification bell, as I do upload every week full videos Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, and short videos on Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays. And also share this video with as many people on YouTube as you can, as it really helps support my channel and widen my audience to YouTube. And also follow me on all my social media channels of TikTok, Facebook and Instagram, and I will give you a follow back. So let's get ready and let's go through the ingredients that we need to make for the ciabatta rolls. So I have grabbed my favourite mug. This is my Sophie Allport mug, so no change here. And I'm back in my dressing gown as well, as it is a lovely gorgeous Sunday morning. So I have my beverage ready. So let's go through the ingredients that we need. There's hardly any ingredients at all, but of course I will link in the description box down below the ingredients and the recipe, and let me know in the comments box down below how you get on with baking this, or also let me know what you're currently baking or what baking you'd like to see on this channel, and of course I will bake that product for you. So the first item we need is strong white bread flour, which I got from Lidl. I've got this 1.5 kilo bag. And for the ingredients, it says you need 200 grams of the strong white bread flour or Italian 00 flour, which works out to about 1.5 cups. Then you need 4 grams or 1/4 of a tablespoon of sea salt, which I have got just here. And then you also need 3 tablespoons of olive oil, which I have in this little vase here. And then it says 1 gram of action dried yeast. So I've got the 7 gram sachet here from Lidl. And then just literally a 1/4. So let's go through the book and the recipe that we need. You do also need a baking sheet lined with parchment paper as well. And this makes 2 small ciabattas. And yeah, so ingredients are 200 grams, 1.5 cups of white strong bread flour or Italian 00 flour, 4 grams or 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt, 2 grams of fresh yeast or gram, 1/4 teaspoon dried active dry yeast, 150 grams or 150 mils, 2/3 of a cup of warm water, and about 50 grams, 50 mils or 3 tablespoons of olive oil. So this is what we are currently going to be baking, and this is out a great book that I got from a garden centre saying how to make bread, and I think it's absolutely a scrumptious book worth every penny, and it's got loads of different recipes in it, so I'd highly recommend it. So if I can find the link for this, I will link it in the description box down below, as I know garden centres just have various books in there, so sometimes I can't find the link, but if I do, I'll give it a go and try and put that in the description box down below. But yeah, they have lots of different types of breads in here, so I think over the next coming weeks we are going to be making them. But I have seen my favourite part of the back of the book, which is some patisseries. So when I'm off my healthy eating plan, we'll be baking croissants, pain au chocolat, pain au raisins, lots of different things. But yeah, it's a really good book, so we're going to be baking stuff in there. Now, it does say it has 21 steps, so it's quite a lot of steps to go through, but some of the breads have 35, some have 15, 10, etc, so it just varies. So all you need is 2 mixing bowls, and we're going to start with the first step where it says in one smaller mixing bowl, mix the flour and salt together and set aside, and then this is the dry mixture. So let's get going and let's start baking. So this is our dry mixture, which is the salt and also the flour. So it says the next step we need in another larger bowl is to weigh out the yeast, add the water and stir until the yeast is dissolved, and this will be the wet mixture. So here we have my wet mixture in here. So I've got my dry and my wet mixture. And now it says for step 3, we now have to add the dry mixture to the wet mixture, and then mix the mixtures together with a wooden spoon until you get a fairly sticky dough. So here I've mixed the wet and the dry mixtures together to form a sticky dough. So now the 5th step is to put about 1/3 of olive oil in another large mixing bowl, and then we place the sticky dough in it. So I've just covered the sticky dough, poured it in with the olive oil, as you can see at the bottom here, and I've got to cover it and leave it for 1 hour. And then we've got to, after an hour, gently fold the dough twice and then cover the bowl that had the dry mixture in it. And then we have to repeat that step, number 6 and 8, 3 times, adding a little olive oil before resting the dough each time so it does not stick too much to the bottom of the bowl. And at the end of the resting cycle, the dough should be well risen and bubbly. So yeah, I'm going to leave it for an hour and I'll be back in a bit, guys. So I've left this for 3 hours, so I need to take it out, and it says that at every end of the resting cycle, the dough should be well risen and bubbly. So now I have to dust a clean work surface well with flour, and then I have to transfer the dough onto the floured work surface and be gentle so I don't damage the air bubbles. And it says divide the dough into 2 equal portions using a metal dough scraper or a sharp serrated knife. And if I want to be as accurate as possible, weigh both pieces and add or subtract dough until they weigh the same. And then I apply the flour to the hands and then use to roughly mould each portion of dough into a slipper shape. And then roll each ciabatta in flour. And then what we have to do is place the ciabattas on a prepared baking sheet and let them rest for 5 to 10 minutes. And then meanwhile, we preheat the oven at 240 degrees, which is 475 Fahrenheit at gas 9. And then we bake the ciabattas in the preheated oven for about 15 minutes or until golden brown. And then we check to see if the ciabattas are baked through, tip upside down and tap the bottom, and it should sound hollow. And then once they are ready, we can then leave on a wire rack to cool. So it's quite a long preparation, but I think it is well worth it. So let's get cracking on with the rest of the recipe and get this all sorted and finished, ready to do the taste test. So here are the ciabattas all ready and laid to rest. I moulded them as best as I can. They're not the greatest. I like this one, but I haven't done this one quite as well. But it's our first try. We've just got to go with it and see how we get on. So we're going to leave this for 5 to 10 minutes. I've just put the oven on to preheat and ready to go. And then these have got to be baked in the oven for 15 minutes and then ready to cool on a wire rack. So we have put the chicken on as well, and I've placed these on a baking tray. So I'm going to pop them in the oven for about 15 minutes. I'm going to use the top oven. And let's see how they all get on. So here they are in all their glory. They've come out okay, not the bestest. So what me and James are going to do is put them on top of one another and then cut it in half. But you know, you have to learn these things and you have to see how you get on with these things. I haven't baked bread that often, so I'm still trying to perfect it. But any tips, please let me know in the comments box down below. So here it is. We've got halloumi, chicken, salad, and what looks like a pita bread, but never mind. It'll get there, so we're going to do a little bit of a taste test. So here is the taste test. Me and my little mouth. Let's see how we get on with it.
Little mouth.
A bit doughy, but not bad for a first attempt. So I'm going to sit and enjoy this. So that's going to head and conclude today's video. So I hope you liked. Please let me know in the comments box down below how you get on, and also press the like button, the subscribe and the notification bell, and also follow me on all my social media channels of TikTok, Facebook and Instagram, and I'll give you a follow back. And also make sure you share this video with as many friends and family as possible. And I hope you are all great and well, and I'll catch you on Wednesday. Thanks guys, bye.